Another edition of Newsline coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Of course, your usual host for the day, Farah Shaukat Ali, is out. I'm Charlene Benedict, and I will be sitting in for him today. Getting to know our guest for today, we would like to greet him with a good evening and a very happy birthday out to you, Dr. Vinayagamurthy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule and joining us on our show on this very special day for you. For the general public, he is a candidate from the Samagi Jana Balavegya contesting in Colombo. He is contesting for the first time in Colombo, and he is here to make his bid to the general public. Dr. Vinayagamurthy, tell us, you are a new candidate coming to the field, contesting here in Colombo. There are over 900 candidates in Colombo. Yes. So what is it that you bring to the table? What are you giving to the general public of this country in your bid?
First of all, I should thank you, the Newsline team, for the invitation, that very, very valuable invitation to participate in this Newsline program. This time, I think like in Colombo, if I want to talk about only Colombo because I'm contesting in Colombo first time, the Colombo district, we are like having nearly 924 candidates and 44 parties, which is including the independent groups. So then this is I think the first time we are facing like these 44 parties coming to the picture, right? And basically, as a candidate of SJP, now we are looking forward this particular, the war, I can say there's a war, real war is happening now. This war, we are looking forward to different aspects because we are facing a war, between the desire and the greediness. So basically, most of the party, they do have an idea or they can have expectation to win the election. After they win the election, they should go to the parliament. Then they will bring any proposal. Since they have a majority, they can win. But if they want to change in the constitution, they should convince the entire other opposition members and bring down the 2/3 majority, and then they can move forward with the constitution or reformation or whatever. So this is the democracy. This is what we did. In the last government also, we did the same. So we didn't have a 2/3 majority. We went with that simple majority and we formed the government, and then what we decided, we brought the new constitution, this called 19th Amendment, and we convinced all these opposition members. Then we brought the democracy, we established the democracy, and we have given the power to the people. So that's what we did. But now this government intention, the government intention is purely greedy. So what they decided, they needed 2/3 majority to enter into parliament. This is what the clear intention is, to go for a dictatorship. So that is the very clear intention they have given to the public. The public are very smart now. Even initially they brought this 2/3 majority story. They said they need a 2/3 majority. The people didn't accept it. People, they have clearly identified. Yes, why they have asking the 2/3 majority? Even they can go with winning. And after that, they can continue their own process. But why they need this 2/3 majority? That clear intention came out. Then immediately they have changed the process. That the propaganda has changed. We have to win. We are going to win. That story they brought it. Then that also like demolished by this COVID-19. So all this COVID-19 came. Then the failure of the government, the failure of the what is called all the mechanism, it is visible now. The funny story. Sri Lankan people are far better than the foreign people. That is the only reason we won in this COVID-19 crisis. But still, there's a normal practice of Mahinda Rajapaksa family. Always what they do, they immediately take the credit. Whatever happening in Sri Lanka, the credit goes to them. The 2009 war won by the soldiers. And the people who has given their life, and they sacrificed their life for the winning the war, for the complete the war. But immediately the Rajapaksa family, what they did, they have taken all the credits to them.
Of course, there is a share of credit that goes to him because he was the commander-in-chief.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. You have to share it. The winning is common to all the public. Even the finishing the war is common to all the public. Even the Tamil people, even the Sinhala people, even the Muslim people, they have to share it. So now they have completed the war. Even Tamil people, they don't want to continue the war in the future. So they have realized it. Even the TNA has clearly said, They need any armed struggles. There, the message is very clear.
Right.
So this is done by the people, Sri Lankan people. That credit goes to clearly to the people, not for the one per family, but they have taken. That's all right. We left it. We have given the chance to them. That's all right. Then now the COVID-19 came. The COVID-19, it's very simple. So the COVID-19 basically, when the COVID-19 has started to, the pandemic has started to spread it, why the social spreading has gone down in Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankan people are more disciplined than the foreign Western people. That is a clear message.
Best example being America.
Yes, it's America. You can see that what's happening. So once any government, if they are giving the instruction, Sri Lankan people used to obey that one. So what is my idea? My understanding is this winning, definitely the credit goes to the people. The people have to take the credit, not by the government. But where the government made a mistake, they have messed the system. Now system has not in order. That is what automatically you can see the president has took over that entire what is called this central bank officers. He scolded and he have taken the video and he published everything. So it is clearly showing the government is somewhere failing. Then now that they has problem, they can't say they are going to win. Now they have what they are doing. Earlier 2/3 majority, they came back to the winning process. Now that also come to the end. Now they what is the trump card in their hand? Now they are taking the trump card and talking about Karuna, talking about our 2011 cricket tournament, and talking about SJP and UNP issues. And this is the way they have taken everything forward now. And basically what they are doing, they are distracting the people from the basic issues. And
well, one could argue that distracting people from the basic issues has been inherently the election process of Sri Lanka. Always during the run-up to an election, there are statements being made to deceive the people, or there are different topics that come up to distract the people, as you said, from what is really going on. But isn't it the responsibility of the rest of the candidates to bring the people back and show them that these are the issues that really matter?
Of course, we are very much clear. In our leader, SJP leader, Sajith Premadasa, and we are giving a very good support to the leader. Now the people also very smarter than earlier. Now people have decided now. They can understand when the stories come. When the stories come, they know this is a distraction. They really wanted to go out from the stories. But even the politicians still even hanging around the stories. But the people are not. That's very much clear now. So that's the reason they are creating new stories. If the people are not smarter, they can keep the one story and they can continue until the election finish. Now you can see, even whatever these stories brought forward, people are just like, they take it like just away. So there only we can understand the people are so much as clear. So 2/3 majority finish, then winning category also finish. Even these stories also going to be end. And now what they are telling, they are just telling like, oh, they are going to win everything. Now it is under the everything under the portable. So these stories are coming. But what I am going to say, very simple message to the people. If you're climbing on the mountain, once you reach the top, then you can see the end, right? So we are very happy. So we have another 1 month time. Let them to climb the mountain. Then once they reach the top, then they have to come down. So this 1 month period, we can convince the people, we can explain the people, and we are in the process of explaining the people the real issues. The real issues will come forward, and the people will decide the right candidate, the right party to move forward.
Dr. Vinayakamurthy, I know it's a bit premature to speak about manifestos because no manifesto has been released, but these matters that you spoke of, will they be included in the SJB manifesto?
Definitely, I hope so. Like everything is included, and the very good team has gathered there to create the manifesto. We are expecting in maybe like first week of July coming out with our manifesto.
Dr. Vinayakamurthy, let me come to your cup of tea, education. And that is really the biggest asset that you bring in your bid to secure a seat in the Colombo district. What are the reforms that you expect to bring if you secure your seat in Parliament?
Definitely, like the education has become a matter now. even after COVID-19, we have identified there are a lot of struggle in the formal education system. So student has moved forward to the online education, and basically the entire system of the education has gone in a different arena now. Even the international industry of education also changed. Even they're expecting next couple of years, they will continue the 40% in online platform. Only 60% they are going to go for like class-based education.
Right.
This is also a matter we have to look into this. But according to my knowledge, in Sri Lanka, we have to do a re-engineering process in our entire education system, starting from school, ending with the university. First of all, you have to think, why we are learning education? Why you are going for the education? Education matter for getting a job. But Sri Lanka, you look at the Sri Lanka, we have a separate ministry for school, we have another ministry for the higher education, and another ministry for the vocational education, then for the employment, some other ministry. You look into that. So there's no like, connections. But if you can go and see in India, they have one ministry, that is for education and human resources. So there's a connection, there's a coordination. So first of all, the basic issue, you have to understand that all these ministries you have to form with the objective. This objective is not going to give like a platform for the national interest. So we have to change the entire system at what I'm referring. So according to me, even the next government, they have to look into this matter. So whether we are forming or someone is forming doesn't matter. They have to take it consideration on when they are forming a one ministry, it should be connected. At least you can have one ministry and you have deputies in each discipline. That doesn't matter. So this is the way I am proposing that education system has to get re-engineering process. And further, now after this COVID-19, one message we have to get very clear. The message is when like foreign education coming into Sri Lanka, and then it is going to overtake the entire system of Sri Lankan education industry. Why? Because now it's entirely everything is online. Even Oxford University, even like if you take like any leading university in the world, Harvard University, everybody is coming to the picture of online. So when they are coming to the picture of online, now the competition between the local institution in Sri Lanka and the foreign institution. So government is looking forward to introduce like more number of universities, state universities, and government is looking forward to introduce a more number of private universities. What's the purpose? Are you going to serve the purpose? No, because we are not par with the international outlook. If you look at that, I studied my first degree from Colombo University. My university rank was over 4,000. I have a small question from you. Just look at the picture. I entered the university by facing one competitive examination, right? And they have choose a very clue of students for the university, all the state university. I went to the university, I studied there, and good lecture panel, everything fine, all the systems are fine. Then finally, when I come out from the university and look at and see, I am in the 4,000 rank than other university. I went to UK for my MBA. When I look at that particular university, I'm paying entire money. They didn't have any examination. I paid them entire money and going for the MBA program. When I look at that university, that is a less than 500 rank in the world. So my question, is it a wrong of the student or wrong of the system? If the system is best, our rank would be best because we have a best students. Having a best student, our rank is 4,000. And those students, when you take the Western country, whatever university, you have to pay and you have to go inside. But still the university ranks are less than 100, less than 500.
Because they don't have a competitive exam.
Even they don't have a competitive exam. And the outlook is different. Right. So you have to change the outlook. Rather than you are talking about that international business, international student we have to bring over here, how you can bring the international student with having your ranks are very low? So you have to bring your ranks up. Of course, now recently the Pradhania University, they have pulled the rank to less than 400 now. That is a very good news. Now they are moving forward this outlook. This is the message I should give to the public. That they have to change the system. It should be par with international. Now, education coming as a one roof. It is under one umbrella. We have to be very careful. So we have to safeguard our inherited education.
The integrity of our education system. Dr. Vinayagamurthy, I think the discussion has come to quite an interesting point. We will cross over to a short commercial break and be back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Newsline on TV1.
News First, Newsline.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline on TV1. If you're joining us just now, we're in discussion with Dr. Vinayagamurthy. Doctor, we brought our conversation to a very interesting point on the subject of education, as of course it is your cup of tea, it's the business that you're involved in. Doctor, I have one question from you. We speak about reconciliation, we speak about harmony, we speak about living as one nation. It's been almost 10 years, or more than 10 years, since we won the war and since the war ended in Sri Lanka, but still, we have remnants of the animosity that existed between these races and between these communities left in the country, and that's a known fact. And we're spending billions and billions of rupees trying to solve this through the appointment of commissions, committees, and various other steps that have been taken. But speaking on the subject of education, I have one problem. See, I studied at a Catholic school and a religious school. And we see that students are being separated according to their religion for 18 years in schools. There was a small minority of students from other religions, but in the majority it was based on a certain religion. How can we really have students study in a school of only one community or exclusively to one community and then expect them to come out in 18 years and live in harmony with the rest of the community?
Of course, as you correctly mentioned, if you want to do the reconciliation, there are two parts you had to look into that. One is adult. So we are working with adults, like all the reconciliation process, all the commissions, everything we are working with the adults. But we are always forgetting the teenagers and the small kids. The small kids are our next generation. We never thought about that. As you clearly mentioned, as you mentioned about your school, we are talking of the racism now. We are talking about the communism. Everything starting from the school. This is my understanding. If you can look at the most of the school in Sri Lanka, we have a separation. Hindus, Christianities, and Buddhism, like even like in the religious way. In other way, we have like in the medium, it's a Tamil medium, Sinhala medium. Likewise, we have it like it's so much of division. There only we are cultivating all this racism and the communism. That is my understanding. My proposal is very simple. All the school in Sri Lanka, most of the national, at least you can start from the national school, they have to start the tri languages. They have to have the singular classes, they have to have the Tamil classes, they can increase the number of, according to the requirement, they can increase the number of classes in the singular medium, Tamil medium, as well as the English medium. If they can do it, the harmony, you can create, or you can establish the harmony among the small kids. That is the nature, that's going to be the future. But we are always talking about the adults. We are talking about the elders. We are talking about the people who are involving with the community. But we never talk about these kids. This change, you should make it from the beginning. Even now you can look at that, what actually happening. If you can look at it in Colombo district even, like most of the preschool, they are doing in English medium. Right? It's very simple. And it's become a passion now. So like they are forgetting about learning a Sinhala, they are forgetting about learning in Tamil.
Their mother
there's no schools now. There's no school. That is a basic issue. If you can look at the Tamil school, in even the preschools, we look at that in even the Colombo district, we are facing a huge issue to put the one particular children in the Tamil school. I'm referring to preschool, not in the general school even. The preschool, we don't have a preschool much in Colombo area. The Colombo district. So then what's happening, these Tamil students, they are moving for the Sinhala school. And there's a biggest issue, these parents can talk in Sinhala, but they can write or they can read in Sinhala.
Right.
The huge issue they are facing, and they are very poor students. And they don't have money to have another teacher to teach these kids. Then they are losing the education. So what I am suggesting, even the Sinhala preschool, they should have a Tamil medium as well. So they can teach Tamil and Sinhala together. So likewise, they have to change. Even the primary school, the same issue in the primary school. Even if you can have all three languages in the one school, they can have a very good life, and you can create a new culture, and we can solve all these problems. The main issue in Sri Lanka is language. If I can understand the Sinhalese language, and if the Sinhalese understand my language, since I am a Tamil, there's no issues. The basic root of the issue, all we talking about, and we are spending huge lot of money and for whatever concern, but finally it is ending with one single issue, is the language barrier.
It's a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding. So this is, you can demolish or you can abolish from the school. That is my understanding.
But then the real question is there enough political motivation to abolish this?
Definitely. You have to understand one thing. Now the people are very smarter. They have enough knowledge, not like earlier. Now people are talking about a lot, and so many medias. Now it is even the media is taking the ride on the stories. Still they have a little concern. They are using the concern, and they are putting the concern on the people. Of course now people are more smarter than earlier. Now they know the things. They are identifying this issue. I'm pretty sure this time they will choose the right candidates to parliament. If they are choosing the right candidates to parliament, the parliament will have the bunch of the educated and the knowledgeable and especially visionary people. The people used to say they have to send educated people to the parliament. I am again objecting on that. Education is not only the enough qualification to go to the parliament. You should have a visionary. You have to have a vision. So you have to find a leadership. So then of course you can go to the parliament. So please choose your representative who can have a vision, who can have a leadership to provide for your kids, not to you.
So, Dr. Viryagamurthy, we're in the final few minutes of our show, and I'd like to ask you one final question. Since you are a new candidate, we've seen candidates who've been in Parliament for 40, for 50 years, but you are coming in as a brand new candidate. How important do you think it is that people like you, new candidates, are given a chance to make decisions on behalf of the country?
Definitely. This is much important. Now, since I am a new, but the new to the politics, not new to the community, not new to the Sri Lanka. So basically, we are thinking about the future. Because since if you look at all the other politicians, they do have agenda, but we have agenda of our future. We do have our agenda of our people, but they do have agenda of the people with a political motive. But we have agenda of people. We have agenda with the people with a development motive. And we have to create a generation. But I am kindly requesting all the people, you have to look forward to think the new way of choosing people, rather than thinking about the party, rather than thinking about the people. You have to think about your future.
And rather than thinking of voting for the same old person you've been voting for the past 2 to 3 decades.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Dr. Viryagamurthy, for joining us on our show, and especially on your birthday. We wish you best of luck for your campaign trail. Brand new candidates such as yourself, we would like to see you in Parliament as well. Thank you very much for joining us on our show, and thank you very much to all our viewers out there for tuning in to Newsline and being such loyal viewers. Of course, we will be back again on Monday, same time, same place, with your usual host, Faraj Shaukat Ali. Until then, take care and God bless.